Hi, my name is Min and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about Coral Island and what I think so far. So I have played 65 hours in the game. I have 2 saves, one that I started probably back in like October when it first came out, and at that point my PC couldn't handle the game. But now that I've upgraded my PC, I've been playing it a lot. And I have a lot to say about it. If this is your first time here, please consider subscribing, following my other socials. I am live on Twitch twice a week, and I hope to see you guys there. So if you don't know, Coral Island was a Kickstarter game. I'm not sure when all of that started, but there's been a lot of hype around the game coming out. The game went into early access October 11th, 2022, so it's been out for a few months now, since we're in March 2023 right now. So my general overall thoughts is what I'm going to go over first, and then I'm going to get into mining, story, the NPCs, the town and the map, the diving, the bundles, the festivals, the crafting, customization, clothing, hair stuff, and the museum, and fishing, bug catching. If there's anything that I miss, leave a comment below and let me know. I'm just curious to see what you guys think. I was very excited for this game. I liked the graphics. I liked the storyline when I was watching the trailers. So I got the game in early access because I love farming sims and I was very excited to play it. I knew there was going to be so many NPCs and the art for the character portraits is so cute. So I love the variety in the NPCs. I think that's a huge cool thing about the game. First, starting the game, I feel like there are some quests that help you get started, which is really nice, and they pin them up to the corner of the game, which is very helpful as well. I like the story. I like the story so far, and I like that there's like this fantasy element to it in a way. Yeah, there is. There's mermaids, and there's these guys called giants, and there's just a lot about like saving the island. Some things that aren't so positive about the game are certain glitches. So some of the glitches I've noticed is like the cows just morph into each other, which I guess isn't a big deal because they kind of do that in some other farming games too. From that, why are the cows morphed? They were morphed. You saw that. But it's just something that's annoying, especially when they're putting so much work into this game. Like, try to make it, I don't know, just try. Another glitch is getting stuck. I have gotten stuck a couple times, maybe one when I'm just playing alone, and then another time on stream I was just stuck in the mines. The game glitched. It's happening. I'm stuck. No. I'm stuck. No. I'm gonna faint now. And then maybe 3 times, and I've gotten stuck just like walking around the town because I tried to cut through like grass and I'm like, oh, you can't cut through there, and then it's like, now you're stuck. So there are some glitches and things that they need to iron out. Okay, so we're gonna go into the story a little bit. I don't want to give all of it away, and I don't want to butcher how I explain it because I'm not that amazing at explaining stuff. But basically, you come to the island and you are the new farmer starting up your farm. A couple days into being there, you go to the town hall, and there is someone there from like a corporate Karen basically, and they're saying that, hey, this is a great place to get oil and make a ton of money. There had been an oil spill in the town, and that kind of messed things up for the town. Now they have a really low rating for the town, for the tourism, all of that stuff. Part of your job as, the player is to clean up the coral reefs, heal them, which means there's diving in the game, which I really love. I love the diving. And then there's also, and then you also want to improve the rank of the town, and you can do that in a couple different ways. So that's kind of like the story, and hopefully I didn't mess that up. Okay, so let's talk about the mining. So the mining is not something I've enjoyed a lot during the game, but it's not terrible. I don't like the monsters that much. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of variety. Right now I've only unlocked 2 of the mines. I don't know if there's going to be more, but I have the earth mine and the water mine. And one of the things I don't like about the mining is that you cannot pass through the rocks, but the monsters can. So they can just walk right through the rocks and the stone and whatever and just attack you. And I just don't like that. So it's very annoying. Yeah, there just doesn't seem to be a lot of variety and things right now in the mines, but it's not too bad. But yeah, not my favorite part of the game. It also took me a long time to find silver in the mines, which was really annoying, but I eventually found it. You can find it. It just takes time. The NPCs are really cool. I love the character portraits. There's over 70 characters in the game. I think there's a lot of good options for romancing NPCs. Yeah, I don't have any complaints about the NPCs so far. Sometimes when you just see them in the town, they're like frozen. Hey, are you playing Freeze? I want to play. Wait, how do I do it? Stay stiller. I want to try. In place, it looks like they were walking, but they're just standing there like frozen. And other times, I've noticed that some of their eyes look red. Not the character portrait, but just like when their NPC is walking around town. So that kind of annoys me, or I just think that's weird, like fix it. I just realized I don't even have a section on my notes for farming. The farming is good. I don't mind the farming at all. It seems like there's a lot of crops and things like that. The animals though, there are not a lot of options for animals in early access until the full release, I guess. And that's very annoying because you can only get black and white cows and chickens. And during like part of the game, I love the animals and I love getting the animals and I want to get more. You can also get a horse. So I've gotten all of that and I've maxed out the coop and the barn that I have. So yeah, I'm just ready for more animals to the game. That was one of the first things that made me feel like the game felt really incomplete. The town and the map. So the town, navigating yourself around, at first it's probably gonna be pretty confusing because you don't know where everything is, but as you play it gets a lot easier. And there are ways to open up like fast travel to different parts of the town, so that helps too. But yeah, I don't think that's too bad. The other thing about the map is that there is no map for the diving. So let's go into the diving right now. I love the diving, but while you're under there, there's different paths and different ways you can go. And like, I could not find where I'm going next. I got stuck at one point, but I'm like, let's just keep looking around. Because there's no map while you're under there. It's just completely blank. And another thing about that is that I ended up looking up, like I got stuck and someone made an entire map of underneath on like Reddit or something. So it's like, come on, please add a map for underneath the water for the diving. The diving, I love it. I think it's fun. It's relaxing. You're cleaning the trash and you're looking for these little orange thingies and then they like float up, they connect into this port, and then they basically heal the coral reefs, and it's really cool and it's really fun and satisfying. And the farther you go, then you will meet some cool creatures underneath the water who will hopefully be romanceable in the update or in the full release. So it's really cool. So I'm still down there, I'm still working on that, and I want to keep. Okay, bundles. There are bundles at the temple. This really reminded me of Stardew Valley. It's different. It's not a community center. It's doing bundles for, I guess, the temple goddess or something. But I have not met her yet, or him, or whatever. So yeah, you're doing bundles at the temple. They're pretty easy to complete, which I don't really mind because it's like nicer for me to just get them done. The ocean scavengeables has been more difficult for me to figure out because you have to get a little bit farther into the diving to get that done. The festivals. So the festivals, I haven't really gone to any. I did when I first started playing the game in like October, but I didn't even do anything. Like, they were a little bit confusing for me. And then for another festival that there was, I went to the place and there was nothing happening. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? So the festivals seemed somewhat unfinished. I haven't checked them out in a while. This isn't a huge deal to me, but you know, eventually you do want to have that. It just makes it feel like there's more community in the town and more reasons to like engage with the NPCs. Okay, the crafting. So the crafting is fun. It's a crafting menu, kind of like how Stardew Valley has it, rather than going to a crafting table like in Animal Crossing or something. So I do like that. If you're on your farm, it seems like it pulls materials from your crates or your trunks or whatever that you have, your storage little things. Why can't I think of words today? To do the crafting. So that is really nice because you don't have to have them in your pocket at all times. Only if you are off the farm, then you do need to. Some things are harder to find for the crafting, like wanting to make sprinklers, you need silver kelp. Silver kelp was very hard for me to find. Some people had told me that they were buying the silver kelp actually from the blacksmith because they just couldn't find it. Or was it from the lab that you buy it? I forget. Okay, so some of the customization stuff. Customization is good. When you first start the game, there are a lot of skin colors. You can basically be any skin color. There are a lot of options for eyes, eye shape, eyebrows, stuff like that. They're adding lip color eventually, and things like that. I think the customization is good. You can have a different body type, stuff like that. Where I think it lacks is in the hair and in the clothing. So when you first start, of course, you start out with your little overalls, whatever. But when you advance a little bit more, you can go shopping for clothing. A lot of the clothing I feel like isn't cute, and I'm like, ew, I don't love it. I don't love the clothing. And then the hair, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of good options for hair. I think they did add some, because now everyone's been using that long hair with the little braid, which is what I've been using in this save. But yeah, I hope that they add more clothing and more hairstyles soon. The museum! I am not somebody who loves to fill the museum when I play Animal Crossing, but in this game, I've been really enjoying it. So I really like it. I love the story they have behind the museum. It's really cool. I just upgraded my museum on stream like last night, so that was really cool. Yeah, I'm excited to see the rest of that story. I like how they have called it like a Kickstarter campaign in the game when they're referring to the museum and upgrading it as a little, you know, love note to how their game started from a Kickstarter in the real world. So I thought that was pretty cool. The fishing. So the fishing, I actually enjoy the mechanics once I figured it out, and it wasn't too hard. I like when the fishing's easy because I don't want to mess with it, but I also love Stardew fishing, so I don't know. You can find a lot of fish in the trash cans though, so I didn't fish for a long time into my gameplay. And then bug catching. It's simple and fun and easy. I don't mind it at all. Once you see a bug, you just catch it. So I haven't had too many issues with that yet. Those are all the categories I'm gonna go over. So should you get the game? That's up to you. If you want to wait until it's fully released, there's going to be a lot more to do, a lot more quests, a lot more animals, a lot more depth to the game because it will be finished, right? It should be finished. I really expect that. The other thing, I'm not sure how this is going. It's supposedly planned to be released in 2023, and I'm just kind of like, how is that going to happen? It feels very unfinished, so I hope that they really pump gears and get it ready because it's a great game. I've really enjoyed it, but I feel like I've kind of hit a point where I'm like, okay, I don't know how much more I can play because they need to upgrade things. I haven't done a lot of romancing in the game, but I have heard that they need to add more heart events for the people that you're romancing in the game. So there's a lot of stuff that they need to work on, but I have high hopes for this game. I've really enjoyed it in early access, and I don't regret getting it in early access. I think it's really cool to play a game that you love and then to be able to give feedback. So yeah, those are my thoughts about the game. If you should get it, it's really up to you. It might be best to wait for the full release if you want it to feel finished, but it has been really fun in early access. So the next game I'm going to be playing on stream is Sunhaven, which is also in early access. It's at the 8.0 release, I believe. So once it gets to the 1.0, that's when it will be fully released. So it's very close. I heard there's so much content in the game. So if you want to hear my thoughts on that one, then stay tuned because maybe I'll do a review. This is my first review. So if it's not very good, I'm sorry. Give me some feedback, help me. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are. I hope to see you guys on my other socials. I am Nintendo Gaming or Nintendo.gaming on all platforms, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, obviously, and Twitch. So I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!